Yo, what's good, Tristan's and Tris fam? So today we're gonna be checking out get the shit out of my ear. Lady Gaga singing "Shallow" at the Grammys. Now, this video has a surprisingly high number of dislikes, which I don't know how. I have not watched this yet, of course, so I'm excited to see what is going on. I feel like Lady Gaga is always doing something weird. She's been going through a more like normal phase lately, and so like I wouldn't be surprised if she wants to do something weird again. Or maybe it's not a good performance, which doesn't seem like that's what happened. I don't know. I don't know yet. Anyway, we're gonna find out together. But before we get started, be sure to check me out on Instagram and Twitter. Here we go. This is the best quality we've got right now, so I'm sorry. Alright, I think I know where the dislikes came from.
Tell me something, girl.
But her vocals are on point though.
Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling in all the good times I found.
I love her, she's so weird.
Longing.
So she actually is a little bit like, I love you, Lady Gaga, but she's a little bit more flat here than she is usually. And I think I attribute, we'll see what happens as the song progresses, but I attribute that primarily to this. She's really making her voice very deep in this for some reason. Like deeper than I'm used to hearing it. And a lot of times if you tend to get this sort of a sound going on, your voice likes to go flat. And then on that Ling actually was nice. It released falling into somewhere lighter. But anyway, let's just see what happens. I don't like to judge people too harshly based off of like one or two stupid missed notes. I think that's ridiculous.
In all the good times I found myself longing for change. And in the bad times I fear myself.
Oh my god, I want the high notes so bad.
Tell me something, boy.
This is much better.
Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling.
That's good. There we go. Okay.
In all the good times I find myself longing for change.
Oh my god, she's go.
In the bad times
Let's go.
I fear myself. Over the deep end, watches are diving, underneath the ground.
There we go.
Crash to the surface, where they can ask, we'll fall from the shallow now.
Okay, hold on. Is it my earbuds? Like she is like, this is a surprisingly, like, I don't like using this word too much, pitchy performance. Surprisingly from her. I never hear her sing like this. Hold on. I need to listen to this without headphones for a second, you all, because I don't want to be talking shit. I don't want to be making shit up. Oh, it is okay. Well, I'm gonna feel. I'm scared to upload this, you guys. I hope nobody gets mad at me. It is kind of flat, and it's an unusually like not the best performance from her. It's interesting to watch, but I don't know what is going on with her voice here. Aside from what I've already stated, which I think is that she's over darkening it, and that's causing it to go a little bit flat. People are gonna hate on me so much for saying that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is better. This section here is better, and it's because she's placing her voice in a spot that isn't mouthy and muffled. She's going there as opposed to oh, which will tend to almost always in every singer go flat. Ooh, that was a good note. And again, it's the same thing. She's not singing oh, which is gonna go flat every time. Every time that note will go flat. Even if you're on the note exactly, it will still sound flat. Just because it's so overdarkened and it's missing this part of the harmonics. She's switching her vowel there. Instead of an oh, she's switching to an ah, which is easier. And then if she wants her note to be on the pitch here, she's gonna sing I'm off the deep end on an ah as opposed to oh, but we'll see what she does. There we go. I love how she's reinventing herself though. Reinventing herself and the performance. All right, that was definitely an interesting one. But there are definitely better versions. I'm not crazy, right?
I'm trying to fill that void.
I'm not crazy. This one is much better. The pitch is much better. And it's because she's not over-darkening it the way that she was in the previous performance. Maybe she was trying to go for something artistic and strange and weird and jarring and in your face. I totally get that. That's fine. But the point of these videos is to help you guys learn how to sing a little bit better. And so I just kind of want to point out that the difference between like a pitchy performance and a not so pitchy performance can just be changing your vowels to something more easy and effortless for you.
I'm falling.
Like, I'm falling. She's not singing, I'm falling. It's not being overdarkened and it's not going flat. She's floating and sitting right on top of the notes. I know that people are going to get mad at me for this. I am very sorry if you're a Lady Gaga fan and you think that I'm hating on her. I'm not hating on her. Like I said, she's an amazing singer, and I'm also not saying that I could do any better than her. I certainly cannot. There's a reason that she's Lady Gaga, but I want to be able to have this video be educational and informative to the people who are trying to learn how to sing like her. And I bet you she's not going to go flat in this chorus because her voice is being set up perfectly to sing that chorus.
And in the bad times I fear myself. I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in.
Perfect. Hey everyone, so I was actually in the middle of editing and I found a better example of what it is that I'm talking about. And again, I would just like to reiterate that the purpose of this video is to help you learn how to sing a little bit better. I do not think that Lady Gaga needs my help, and I do not think that Lady Gaga is on YouTube looking for the help of random vocal coaches on the internet. I'm sure she is working with the best in the business, and it's certainly not hate towards Lady Gaga because I absolutely love her and I love this song and I love this movie. That being said, here is a really good performance of her singing Shallow, and I really want to point out what I think the differences are between this particular performance and the Grammys performance. We're going to be comparing the same phrase between these two songs, and I'm going to show you the differences and why I think that the Grammys performance was not her best performance. I'm not saying that it's not a good performance, I'm just comparing her to herself so that you guys can have a good idea of what the differences are. So I want you to note how easy and effortless that sounded and how bright her vowels are there. And let's compare that to her Grammys performance, which wasn't bad, but certainly there are issues here. So you can hear, especially on this note, because she's pulling up so much weight, that it's much more difficult for her to hit the note here than it is for her to hit it here. In this clip, it just seems to sort of float and be a really effortless and amazing note. I do understand that in the Grammys performance, she's trying to be a little bit edgy and rocker-ish. It's perfectly fine. I just kind of want to point out some of the differences for you all. Again, this isn't for her. Trust me, she's doing just fine. So notice all of those like flat notes that come out because she's trying to pull up a lot of weight with her voice. And some of those notes, like the meat, she doesn't even necessarily hit. She just kind of pushes into it. So let's compare that to another one of her performances. And like that, by no means is a bad performance at all. Like that's really good. But I do think that her performance here is a little bit better. She's just like floating on top of those notes. And the difference between these two examples, and I see this all the time in students, by the way, which is why I bring this up, is that in the Grammys example, she is, again, like I said, pulling up a lot of weight by choosing very dark, heavy, hefty vowels. And in this other performance with the blue hair, she is using more bright, almost nasally or twangy vowels. And what that does is it takes a lot of the pressure off of her vocal folds and allows more of the resonance in her voice to carry through. Part of this does come down to stylistic preference and whether or not you like the harder, rockier version or whether or not you like the sort of lighter, more lyrical version. From a vocal coach perspective, I prefer the lighter, more lyrical example because I think for most students, this is more of an ideal sound that you should be going for. Another possibility of what could be different between these two clips could simply come down to vocal fatigue. Because of course, when you're on tour doing multiple shows, multiple times a week, your voice can get tired. And when that happens, of course, inconsistencies can come up in your sound. So I'm not trying to paint this all as a black and white issue. It's clearly very nuanced, especially when it comes to singers as talented as Gaga. So hopefully this was informative and this was helpful to y'all. I'll go into videos not knowing what to expect and what I'm gonna say about them. And I don't want to lie about whether or not I think a performance is the singer's best performance. If I don't think it's the singer's best performance, I kind of want to say that because I don't want to just pretend like, oh, everything is perfect, everything is amazing, it's all the best, because then you guys don't actually learn the differences between singers' different performances. And by the way, that's completely normal for some singers to have one performance that's a little bit different and then one performance that's a little bit more like everything is going smoothly. It happens to every singer. Every singer goes through that sort of a process. And there's on days and then there's off days. And again, I don't know if Lady Gaga was intentionally going for that sort of like over darkened or over muffled sound. And she was trying to create some sort of like a artistic statement or break out of the mold or, you know, whatever these things that artists like to do. You know what I'm saying? Artists always want to be doing something weird and jarring and surprise you. And Lady Gaga is one of the few pop singers out there who I think is an actual artist, not just somebody who just sits there and sings pretty. Sometimes I think she doesn't want to sing pretty. And I don't think that the Grammys performance, I don't think that she was going for pretty. I think that she was going for aggressive and powerful, in your face and strange, which is like classic Gaga. So not hating, it's just like, I want to be sure that this video is informative and educational to y'all so that you don't go doing the same things that she was doing in that performance thinking that that's necessarily the healthiest way for you to go about singing. And if you're singing right now and a lot of your notes are going flat, maybe changing your vowels to something a little bit more nasally and bright might help you. But anyway, until next time, Tristan's Interest fam, hopefully you like this video. I love you. Don't hate. Be nice. Be sure you subscribe. Like this video if you like this video. Dislike this video if you eat bugs off of monkeys. All the dislikes on this video are people who eat the bugs off of monkeys. All right? Okay. Goodbye.